Well, good afternoon and welcome to a brand new season of DFB Under-19s football. There has been plenty of football over the summer with the World Cup keeping us glued to the screen. And now it is the turn of the Under-19s to take centre stage as we kick off a new season of the German Under-19s League. With the beaten finalists of last season's championship, it was Stefan Rothenbeck's Cologne, and they are visiting Mainz 0505 under their head coach Jan Kirchhoff. It's a new beginning, and it's a fairly new squad as well, with the players born in 2008, 2009, a new generation coming into the mix. Plenty of new players and quite a handful of players from last season as well. And what a season it was for both these clubs, a season in which they can look back on with a real great sense of achievement. Both these sides were among the best teams in Germany. Mainz 05 made it all the way to the semi-final of the championship, losing 2-1 to the eventual winners of last year's title, the reigning champions TSG Hoffenheim. And that was the team that went on and beat Cologne in the final. The young Billy Goats succumbing to defeat 2-0 in the Sinsheim Pre-Zero Arena. That was back on the 31st of May. Fast forward now to today, and we have a top game in this preliminary round. It is Group F, and it is Mainz 05 versus FC Cologne in the Bruchweg Stadion, the Wolfgang Frank campus. It's a rivalry, about 180 kilometers separating Cologne to the northwest and Mainz down to the southeast on the Autobahn, the motorway, or highway number 3. About a 2-hour drive. And the weather today, a balmy, warm 33 degrees, 93 degrees Fahrenheit. The summer has been blazing hot in Europe, and we're not past these highs just yet. And I say two absolute top teams. Cologne, they also made it to the semi-final of the Pokal as well, the cup last season, before losing out against Wolfsburg. They narrowly missed out on that other final with a defeat 3-2 away from home. Mainz bowing out in the second round after losing 6-1 at home against Energie Cottbus, by the way. And here it is, a new season which stretches out before us. It's the beginning of a very long season that's sure to be filled with twists and turns. And the question is, just how far can these two sides go this year? Gonna have to wait and see. But it is two sides that I'm sure we'll be monitoring and seeing quite a lot of as they try to kick on and go one step further. And can they claim a title this year? Cologne, having done that in 2025, they won the championship after over 54 years without one. The young Goats, they are a force to be reckoned with at under-19s level. And the young Billy Goats getting off to a win as well, beating Bochum in the cup. So today, the second competitive outing for the young Billy Goats, and the same can be said of Mainz 05 as well. Well, they had an absolutely thrilling victory over their rivals FC Augsburg in the DFB Pokal in the cup. Absolutely crazy game. Augsburg equalising in stoppage time, making it 2-2 after 90 minutes. And then a last gasp shot from near the halfway line from their captain Dominik Köppel to make it 4-4 at the end of 120 minutes. A shot from an incredible distance, unfortunately beating, or the unfortunate, let's say, Augsburg goalkeeper, looping in over his head. And then the game being forced into a penalty shootout, which saw Mainz progress to the next round, where they will face SV Babelsberg 03 away from home at the end of August. So here we go. The team's ready to take the field, being led by referee Elias Appel and the assistant referees Leon Walter and Noah Netten. And Mainz 05 being led by their captain Dominik Kuppel. And for FC Cologne, it's Benjamin Lai. A real top talent. As we see Cologne's starting 11 up on the screen. 3 changes. Jan Kollers, Leonard Reiners coming in goal. And Ayman Erdogan also coming into the starting 11 at the expense of Milan Eggers, Jakob Esser, Egger and Milan Nikolic. And Benjamin Lai, he got off to a fly. He's started the season where he left it off last time. 2 goals against Bochum early on in that game. He started the final against Hoffenheim up top as a false number 9. And Benjamin Lai now looking to help FC Cologne again, and surrounded by a mix of younger players as well. Say a new generation of players coming in. And FC Cologne are one of the strongest academies in the German league, as we see Mainz 05 as well. Just one change to the side. They beat Augsburg in the cup. In comes Fabio da Silva Santos wearing the number 6. He's replacing Alexander Tavares, who is not in the squad today. And we should see both sides lining up in a 4-3-3 formation. Say Cologne, Leonard Reiners coming into goal, and a back line of Christian Markowski, Pierre Eken, David Aichi and Pascal Mboma. In the midfield, Leonard Volp, another player from last season, now taking on a senior role in this under-19 side. Ayman Erdogan at number 7, Jan Kollers at 8, and Kevin Ekvariba wearing the number 9 today. Keeping an eye on him to see if he will play up top. Benjamin Lai, number 10, Luka Mijatovic on the number 11 on the wing. And we get underway. Cologne in the white, shooting from right to left. Mainz 05, the home side, in the red. And we are underway in this preliminary round. Group F. There are 9 groups. There are 65 teams. And the goal is to finish in the top 2 of the preliminary round to assure themselves, both these sides assuring themselves, that is the aim, to get into then the main round. There's also 6 best 3rd place runners-up in this preliminary round that will advance through to the main round. A lot of football to be played, but it all starts here at the home of Mainz 05. Say warm conditions in the Bruchweg Stadion at the Wolfgang Frank campus. You might well see the now famous hydration breaks. And right now, it's Mainz exploring down the right-hand side. Ball clipped forward, physical challenge. The defender from Cologne stepping up and bomb up the number 5. Up top for Mainz 05 wearing the number 9. A danger man, Jermaine Kuzi, scored 2 goals against Augsburg last time. 1 from the spot. The first one a well-taken goal from this kind of position. As the first foray for Cologne into the penalty area is dealt with by the defence. They've conceded a corner. Oh, in fact, it comes off the number 9 of Cologne last. It'll be a goal kick, Kevin Ekvariba. On the home side, building up from the back. Also up top for Mainz today, the twins, Philipp Schreiber and Max Schreiber. Not too often that you see twins on the wings. And here is Max Schreiber trying to take on his man. And it's good defending in the end from Pierre Eken. Physical strength shown there by the left back. Just levering the number 7 off the ball. For Mainz, Daniel Posch in goal. Back line of Finn Hilbrun at number 2. Tyrone Jarrett number 3. Finn Vombach at number 4. Then it's Dominic Kuppel number 5. And that's a good bit of strength shown by the number 11 for Cologne. Mainz managed to get back and win possession and win a free kick as well. It was an intelligent run between the defenders. It looked for a moment that he'd done the right thing and won the ball there in a good attacking position, but Mainz 0-5. Strong in defence. Cologne have it again though. Good 1-2 into space. Bit of danger here. Down the right hand side. The ball into the boxes. Hit the first defender. And it's away to safety. These two sides, they know each other very well from last season as well. They met in the preliminary round last season. The game here in the Bruchweg Stadium finished 2-1 to Cologne. That was Mainz 05's only defeat in the preliminary round. So they know the kind of calibre they're coming up against today. The reverse fixture in Cologne finished 2-2. A big fight back from Mainz, being 2-0 down to come back and draw the game. But it was Cologne who finished top of the group after 12 games with 9 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss, 29 points, and Mainz 05 were close behind on 27 points, 8 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. And both these sides were in fact head and shoulders above the rest of the competition in the preliminary round last time. Victoria Cologne coming in third with 17 points, and Fortuna Düsseldorf also on 17 points, finishing in fourth. And now the in-swinger from the visitors, Cologne. What can they do here from the corner? Deep delivery towards the back stick. Bounces in the box and it's kept alive. Can they put in another delivery here? Comes back to the edge of the penalty area. Mainz 05 compact. They force Cologne back, who recycle the ball. The visitors looking to probe. Good turn, but they've lost possession. And now a chance for the team in red to counter down the right-hand side with Schreiber. Checks back. Possession kept for Mainz. Cologne with everybody back in their own half. Warm conditions. It's an energetic beginning to the game. Leonard Volp there, the number 6, and made a good run into space in the centre circle. Sees a player who's technically very good on the ball there in a tight space. Confident, looking for the passes forward, looking to make runs forwards as well. Jan Kirchhoff there in the picture, the younger of the 2 head coaches, has been in charge for a couple of years now. Kirchhoff received a red card at the end of the game against Augsburg for something he said. And on the opposite bench, Stefan Ruttenbeck, the highly experienced and former first-team coach of FC Cologne. He helped them avoid relegation in 2017-2018. Took over as head coach in that season. He is always there when they need him for FC Cologne. Real down-to-earth fella and a highly experienced and respected coach, particularly at youth level. Over 186 games in charge with his under-19s, and quite frankly a really stellar season last season, taking them to the semi-final of the Cup and then all the way to the final of the Championship, where they're beaten by TSG Hoffenheim. And here the first shot goes past the post, aiming for the bottom left-hand corner. He's about a metre or so away, and no surprises there to see Benjamin Lai in the picture. It is Ekwariba, though, who pulls the trigger after being fed by Leonard Fulp. Encroachment into the penalty area. This goal kick will be taken again. The attackers of Cologne a little too eager to put the press on. The ball into midfield is loose. Hooked forwards. It goes the way of Cologne. And the check back by Benjamin Light. Giving the ball away to Mainz now. Bit of space in the midfield. Again, Cologne dropping into a defensive formation now. A quick ball down the right flank. Has released the right back. It's cut back inside. It only reaches a Cologne defender, though. Nice run, though, from Finn Hilbrunner. Momentary bit of space there for the right back. And he couldn't find his man in the penalty area. Good block challenge, 50-50. Ricochets off the number 4, Finn Wurmbacher. And Cologne have the throw-in. Ricocheting away there, coming off the outside of the boot of Wurmbacher. Ball getting stuck under the left back's foot. Pierre Tempie-Ecken, but he managed to get back into position. Good ball movement from Mainz 05. A chance there. The cushion pass was on for Fabio da Silva Santos. The number 6 there just had to find his man. And then it would be odds on a goal. It's slightly too close to the goalkeeper. Jermaine Kuzi can only look on as that ball gets away from him. But a nice passage of play there from the home side. Some quick passing. Trying to unlock Cologne's defence. Who survive a little scare there. But Mainz 05 without a shot on target yet. Neither side able to test the goalkeepers. It's another loose ball there from the number 6 in red. Lai trying to find the ball to the wing. And they finally have it on that far side. Good running. The overlapping run as well. Cologne in a good position. The cut back, and it's blocked excellently by the defender for Mainz. The danger not over. Danger at both ends in the first 11 minutes. The pass fizzed in to the feet of the Cologne attacker. And again, it's the young Billy Goats here asking the questions of Mainz's defence now. Cologne try and find a way through this left-hand side. No space, so again it's recycled. Mainz happy to allow Cologne possession near the halfway line. Now they come vertically, straight through the middle. Easily dispossessed, but a heavy touch allows Cologne back in here. Outside of the boot. Pass, very good thinking. And the run wasn't there, and the ball too far away. Another home side wanting to change the dynamic and bring it down the other end as quickly as possible. Markowski, the number 2. Here we see the big block there from Dominik Kuppel, the captain, putting his body on the line. Good job he did as well, because Ekwariba's shot had the power in it. Did it have the accuracy? Had Kuppel not been there? Ekken's ball forwards. Here's Light. Ekken again. We can see straight away the number 10 for Cologne is the player who's pulling the strings. His teammates looking to Benjamin Lai. He's the one who's orchestrating the attack for the visitors here. Oh, that's brilliant. On the right-hand side, but one dribble too many. Initially, it was excellent from Ayman Erdogan. Got away from his marker. But no end product there this time from the number 7. Ball given away. Cologne come forwards. The shot is just past the post. Wasn't too far away. And it's Mainz 05 who are hanging on here. In the first 15 minutes, the number 6s clashing. Volp winning the ball. And again, it's Ayman Erdogan. Had the goalkeeper diving and it wasn't too far away. About a foot or so away from finding the inside of the post. Perhaps the best chance of the game so far coming for Cologne in the 14th minute. Oh, Mainz 05, they've been celebrating 25 years of their training camp for the under-19s at Hotel Stern in Obsteig in Austria. Really fascinating story, that one. 25 years they've been going back. And it goes all the way back to Thomas Tuchel, in fact, when he was in charge of the under-19s. And he set up a tradition of getting the bikes and riding to the top of the mountain as a fitness test. An absolutely fascinating story, in fact. So for many generations, the FSV Mainz 05 have been cycling up and getting their fitness up at about 1,800 meters in Tyrol in Austria. I'm sure a lot of these players would have been watching the World Cup as well, of course. They would have been glued to it. Ultimately, a bit of a disappointing campaign for Thomas Tuchel and, of course, Julian Nagelsmann as well. Well, there can only be one winner, and at the moment, Spain are the dominant side. Not just at senior level, but at youth level as well. They also won against Germany in the under-19s final. As Cologne come down the right-hand side, that ball a little bit overhit. But certainly Spain setting the pace at the moment. And this grassroots football, under-19s level football, these players will be desperate and trying their absolute hardest to win those professional contracts. That's what it's all about, making the step up from under-19s to the next level, whether that be under-23s, under-21s, or straight into the senior side, as does happen. Mainz coming forwards here. Bit of space down the left-hand side now. We've seen an attack down the right, now the left. A dancing run in the box outside of the boot. This is an opportunity, and it's just past the post. Mainz 05 with their biggest opportunity. Coming to Finn Hilbrunner, again the right back in the thick of things. Max Schreiber was there as well, the number 7. And in the end, it's a brilliant save from Leonard Reiners in goal for the visitors. That's a brilliant run, jinking run as well from Philipp Schreiber, I believe, on that left-hand side. And it's agonizingly past the post. Brilliant ball as well from the number 6, Fabio da Silva Santos, showing what he can do And here comes the in-swinger. Decent delivery, but headed away at the near post. Oh, big moments in the game so far. Erdogan with a shot at one side for Cologne, and for Mainz then Finn Hilbrunner. Long diagonal is good. Lovely first touch. Players to support Schreiber on that left-hand side. Clipped in to the edge of the penalty area. They lost it again. Very good play from the number 3 for Mainz. Tyrone Jarrett there, the number 3. Did really well as he was surrounded by players. Hilbrunner's cross. Down goes the player in the penalty area. And the referee, Elias Appel, says nothing doing there. Cologne looking to hit Mainz now. Game getting a little bit stretched. It's opening up. Mijatovic, his cross towards the back stick is met with the fists of the flying goalkeeper Daniel Posch. Well, here's the replay again. Ricochet, a left turn, a drag back with the studs over the ball. The defenders were left there in his wake, and then a bit of a tangle in the box. Not sure what to make of that one there. Jermaine Kuzi, the number 9 for Mainz 05, the player who hit the deck. Under pressure, you have to say, from the defenders. "20 minutes in now. Even game. Chances at both ends. Possession evenly split as well between the sides. As of yet, no breakthrough. Cologne can see they want to try and stifle Mainz 05 coming out from the back. The tactic is working. Mainz 05 give away the ball there. It was a nice press high up on the field, harrying the defender, making him rush his pass forwards, and there was no escape route. Cologne winning the ball back. It's a well-drilled side. Stefan Rutenbeck's sides always are. Play with energy and intensity. Good organisation. They're tough to beat always. Number 8's tangling now, and it goes the way of the team in red, but it's a bit of miscontrol from Fabio da Silva Santos, the number 6 there. Opportunity squandered. Benjamin Light. Heavy touch again in the centre of the park, but it's given straight back to the team in white. Now the long diagonal from Light. And the goalkeeper can watch it all the way and pluck it out of the air. Daniel Posch, safe hands from the goalkeeper. 65 clubs in this 2026-27 season. A preliminary round running from August to December. And the groups are divided into 9 regional groups. Not dictated by Bundesländer or the federal regions, the federal states of Germany. It's more clustered around distance, let's say, just physical distance. It doesn't respect the borders. Mainz 05 coming forwards. Schreiber Chance to take on his man. Can he get the shot away? Yes, he can, and it's a save. At full stretch, Leonard Reiners does well once again for the visitors. Oh, Philip Schreiber here, the number 11, taking on Markowski. Decent effort. Goalkeeper can see it, anticipates it well. Schreiber looking for that far corner. And a tall goalkeeper. A big physical presence in goal there. Leonard Reiners, it has to be really in top bins to beat him. He made the save look comfortable. But it was a decent shot on target from Philip Schreiber. Well, captain's armband is being put back on Dominic Kuppel here. And here's Hilbrunner with the outswinger. Clipped in, it's loose, not fully cleared, the shot. Goes away for another corner. Simon Tedler. Good first touch to control it. And then a little bit of a ricochet on its way through. Not sure if it was on target. In any case, successive corners now for Mainz 05. This time a deeper delivery, a dangerous one. It bounces near the 6-yard area, but no one's on the end of it for Mainz 05. Well, these two sides in the Group F with Kaiserslautern, Frankfurt, Fortuna Köln, Darmstadt and Wehen Wiesbaden. Tough competition. Group F definitely going to be one we'll keep our eyes on. As the referee signals the hydration break now. So an opportunity for the players to take on some fluids. Hot conditions, still summer in Europe. Here on the 9th of August 2026, the start of a new campaign. And an entertaining first 25 minutes that has seen Erdogan on one side going very, very close. Ayman Erdogan, the number 7 for Cologne, with a decent effort along the floor. Had Daniel Posch at full stretch, but it failed to nestle on the inside of the goal. And at the other end, the right back, Finn Hilbrunner, with a nice cushioned effort that also forced a fingertip save from Leonard Reiners. So 0-0 the scoreline so far. In this, the start of the preliminary round that has 65 clubs. 14 match days across the 9 groups. Everyone playing home and away, of course. Everyone plays everyone in the group. And this preliminary round, or Vorrunde auf Deutsch in German, 9th of August to the 6th of December 2026. And the 24 best teams will go through to the main round. And that is the first and second place, and then the best third place teams, which will bring the total up to 24 teams going through to the main round. And then the championship round, let's say, the main round, February to April. There will be 4 groups of 6, and that'll be really tough. Very tough national competition. Teams from all over Germany meeting each other. There are 5 opponents, home and away, 10 matches. The Meisterrunde, 10-match league table there. So just 4 groups of 6 teams, A, B, C and D. And then comes the final round, the championship round, when the 4 best teams from the 4 groups go forwards into 16 teams, all competing in a knockout competition. And that was won by TSG Hoffenheim last time, beating Cologne in the final. And Cologne were the defending champions, having won it the year before. So Cologne consistently hitting the highest of highs in under-19s football. Can they do it again this season? Big competition, a lot of top teams, a lot of fantastic academies churning out top talent. Won't be easy. The signs are so far that things are very even between these two sides as we approach the half-hour mark minus the hydration break. And this preliminary round, it's all about player development. That's why it's been reformed a few years ago now already. It's about giving players minutes. The teams with the performance centres giving guaranteed football. Given away there. Mainz 05 on the attack. Santos helps it along. Schreiber trying to check back onto that right foot of his again. Cologne do well to nullify the latest attack from the team in red. Both these sides targeting the Meisterrunde. Good sliding tackle by the centre-back. Cuts it out. Well anticipated from Pascal Jr. Ologo Mboma the second to give him his full title. All 05ers with possession at the back. The 05 Mainz 05. 1905 is when the club was founded. The home side. And growing into the game, they are forcing Cologne back into their final third. Quite consistently now. It's their best phase of the game so far. Bit of a reset after the hydration break. They found a new wind here. So growing composure now about the home side. So you hear the orders being barked from Jan Kirchhoff and Stefan Ruttenbeck. A possession conceded. There was a moment there with Mainz just with two players at the back and Cologne with space on the wings, but the ball was cut out nicely and Schreiber now checking inside. Finding Tedler. Tedler still. Nice touch there. Hilbrunner with a cross, and it's a shot and it's saved at the near post. The header coming in from Schreiber on the wing. Philipp Schreiber with the header. He heads it down and the goalkeeper's in the right place. This was nice football from Mainz. Tedler does really well. It's kept alive by Kuzi. Over Kuzi's head in the end. And this angle will show us almost going through the goalkeeper's legs, who reacts brilliantly. And I say he's in the right place. Another big opportunity for Mainz 05. And Cologne can thank their goalkeeper Leonard Reiners for two good saves. Overhit pass, just getting away from Benjamin Lai. Mainz coming forwards now. Decent spell of possession for them. What can Cologne do with it now they've won it back? I think they'll have the feeling they just want to take a bit of a sting out of a game. They want a spell of possession themselves here. Very hot conditions. It's much easier to play with the ball than without it. A really big test for both these sides coming up against strong rivals. Cologne, good running again from Erdogan. Cut back and headed away. Finn Wombacher conceding the corner. Oh, he's been a bright spark, the number 7. Good output on the right wing for Cologne. Ayman Erdogan coming into the starting 11 today. And he's seizing his moment. Cologne with the corner. How about the delivery now? Towards the near post. Kind of scuffed away. It's only half clear. Red shirts surrounding the player. But still Cologne have it. Chance to send it in again. Doesn't get the header right. The angle slightly off. Schreiber battling hard, but it's well defended and tidied up at the back by Pierre Eken. Speaking of young prospects and players that have caught the eye in the under-19s, Jeremiah Debra is one player that's been training with the senior squad in the pre-season training. Attacking midfielder, has a lot of potential and is one of those players that's tipped to potentially bridge the gap between the academy and senior football. I'm sure we'll know a lot more by the end of this season about the prospects of this new generation, this new crop of talent. Quite a few of these players have already featured in international games at under-17s level. The likes of the captain Dominic Kuppel. Mainz 0-5 again with Hilbrunner. Hilbrunner's cross, looping high, has to be dealt with. Flicked away by the defender. Markowski under pressure from Schreiber. Does the right thing, concedes the corner. It was an interesting ball from the right back. Looping one, the goalie don't want to come for it. A lot of corners in this first half. Nothing has come from them so far. Mainz 0-5 with another one here. This one into the danger area again, towards that near post, but so far Cologne standing tall in that area. It's dealt with. the 2026-27 Germany under-19s season has the main target for Hanno Balic's side to reach the European Championship finals. As mentioned, they lost under Christian Wörns 2-0 against Spain in the final last time. It was an excellent tournament though. Otto Stanger sharing the golden boot after scoring 4 goals. And now the players from 2008, that birth year, they're moving up into the centre for the under-19s. And once again, the number 2. All of the attacking, a lot of the attacking, let's say, for Mainz 05 coming down this right-hand side with Finn Hilbrunner linking up with Schreiber. Although Philipp Schreiber, the twin on that left wing, has also done his bit. So far, Jermaine Kusi in the centre for Mainz 05 has really been starved of any kind of supply. Hasn't been able to have too many touches. Closely marshalled by the centre-backs. David Aichi and Mboma for Cologne. He just needs a moment. Here's Schreiber again. This time going around the outside. Does well. Takes it to the byline, keeps it in. And then it's an easy one to catch for Leonard Reiners. Good change of pace. Any kind of contact and then would have been a penalty, but David Aichi standing off, not committing himself. Erdogan showing his pace there in the foot race with the defender. Gets ahead of him and it's a clever ball, dangerous ball. It's that channel of uncertainty. It just needed a finish from Ekra Riba. End to end. Here's Schreiber. Max Schreiber now. Santos. Back it goes to Kruppel. Hilbrunner. Finn Wombacher, who was in a bit of a foot race. Having to backpedal and get back into position, but the back line of Mainz 05 trying to live with the pace of Erdogan on that right-hand side, but there's a lot of space here. And does it cross the line? Yes, it does, I think. Oh, it's a mistake from Leonard Reiners. Finn Hilbrunner in acres of space to pick out a cross. And Leonard Reiners has to dust himself down. He's put in a string of brilliant saves, hasn't put a foot wrong. And here, an innocuous cross is fumbled by the goalkeeper. Too much space for Hilbrunner. It takes a little deflection. There are a few players that run in front of him. And that is a painful goal to concede. It's an error from the goalkeeper. No two ways about it. He knows it. And just to make sure, the follow-up was there as well. And it's Mainz, the home side, 05, who take the lead past the 40th minute mark. And it's Cologne's defence that buckles first. Well, Mainz have been in the ascendancy for the last 10 minutes. Maybe 15 after the hydration break. And they asked a lot of questions and they get their reward. And it's not much of a surprise that Finn Hilbrunner, the right back, is involved for the home side. Overlapping runs. They've been overloading this near side of Cologne. Although a bit of a freak goal. Just a little fumble from Leonard Reiners as he looked to gather in the ball. And now Cologne having to chase the game. Last time the sides met, it was Mainz 05 who had to come from behind to level things up 2-2. And here it was Cologne that won the game, 2-1. Now it's an opportunity to see Cologne's pedigree going forwards. Benjamin Lai trying to turn too tightly, loses his footing and then gives away the foul as he tries to win the ball back. The foul on Tyrone Jarrett. Clearly coming through the back there, impeding the defender. Well, goalkeeping errors in the centre of things for Mainz 05. They were rather gifted. That final last gasp goal that Dominic Köppel struck. It was a shot from just inside his own half that was high and very hopeful. And it flew through the sky and just dipped in under the bar to make it 4-4. And then Mainz 05 seizing the opportunity, converting 3 of their penalties. Augsburg just converting 1. And Mainz 05 making it through to the next round of the DFB Cup. Misplaced pass, they're not on the same wavelength there. Going forwards, Luka Mijatovic. So as mentioned, the major target for the German under-19s side, looking to get into the tournament that's going to be held in Czechia next year, next summer, 15th to 30th of June 2027. Just hold that thought as Schreiber loses the ball. Can't take it with him. Held up in the grass. And there's a completely different qualification system that UEFA have implemented. There will be a intensive period in November, 11th, 14th and 17th in a mini tournament in Portugal. And Germany taking on Sweden first, then Portugal the hosts, and then Lithuania. And Hanno Balac's side don't necessarily have to win the group. It's the top 3 teams which will then go through to the next round of qualification. So international football coming up in autumn for these under-19s players. Maybe some of these players we're watching today will be in that side as well. Good turn again. Erdogan is causing all kinds of problems on that right wing. Seems the most likely route for something to happen for Cologne. In it goes again. Towards the D on the edge of the penalty area. That's a nice ball, and one touch is all that Jan Collers could take before he was closed down. Congested in the centre of the penalty area. Clever little Cruyff turn from Benjamin Lai. And then a clean tackle to take it off the foot of Collers. It's a corner, though, for the young Billy Goats. Into stoppage time in the first half. We've seen a lot of deliveries go towards the near stick. This one a little deeper. Punched away from the goalkeeper. Nice little cushion control. Sent back in and hooked away once more. And the referee blows the whistle for an entertaining first 45 minutes that sees Mainz 05 in the lead. A bit of a freak goal. Brunner's cross, unfortunately turned in by the goalkeeper Leonard Reiners. And so it is the hosts who have that narrow lead. There wasn't much separating the sides in the first half, very even. Chances at both ends, and straight away Mainz 05 taking the game to Cologne. Jan Kirchhoff's sides have looked organised, disciplined, and they've shown that they do have a cutting edge as well. And a few chances and shots on target. Cologne not really testing Mainz's goalkeeper. Not yet. One or two half chances, one decent effort early on from Erdogan. But it's the team in red in the ascendancy. But these are two clubs with very proud youth academies, both starting again with this relatively new group of players as well. It is the semi-finalists from last year, Mainz, and the Young Goats, Cologne, who made it all the way to the final. And now we have to see who can carry on that tradition in this new season, 26-27. Early days, early days, but already you can see the players fit and fighting hard for a first 3 points to get them on their way in this group F. It's a tough competitive group. Only the top two guaranteed to go through to the next round. The best third place sides as well. 6 of those will go through. Last year it was no trouble for both these sides to make it through. Will it be the same? Slightly different opposition this year. But on the back of the first 45, we've got two really good teams here. Both sides are tough in the tackle and confident in possession, intelligent, a lot of game intelligence as well from the players. It's being played at a fast pace. The distribution has been good. 1 or 2 wobbly touches. But on the whole, it's a high quality game for an under-19s level. Very high quality indeed. It's a big summer of football. 2026 World Cup, of course, ultimately disappointing for Germany and Julian Nagelsmann. The big win against Curaçao, 7-1. Got things off to a flyer, then came another win, a hard-fought win against Côte d'Ivoire. A defeat against Ecuador, but Germany finished top of the table. And then came Paraguay, of course. And there's such fine margins at international level. Germany going out on penalties after the 1-1 draw. A really difficult team to navigate, but of course Germany would be expected to beat them. And Germany were struggling to create the chances against Paraguay. They had the possession, but they couldn't really cut open Paraguay, who sat deep. There's a lot of talent in that Germany side, in the senior side. And now, of course, a new era begins with an old Mainz 05 connection. Jurgen Klopp, who played for Mainz 05, managed them as well before moving on to BVB and then on to Liverpool. And now Jurgen Klopp in charge of the senior side. That is a fascinating appointment. It's one that has captured the world's attention, I'm sure. And Klopp inheriting a really excellent group of players. Musiala, Florian Wirtz. Speaking of Liverpool, Havertz, who's in action at the moment, actually, for BVB against Arsenal. Leroy Sané, Kimmich, Schlotterbeck, Jonathan Tah. The talent is there, but it's Klopp's duty to bind them together and get them ready for the next big competitions. And Klopp, well, his managerial career began at Mainz 05. How about that? And will we see some heavy metal football on international level? That would be absolutely fascinating. An aggressive, emotionally intense attacking side. Sure, fans would love to see that. It's going to be absolutely fascinating at senior level. A new Bundesliga campaign as well. Both these sides are looking to kick on at senior level. And here Cologne trying to get themselves even to make it 1-1 here. 5 minutes into the second half. Decent delivery, and it's off the crossbar. What a save! Oh, that man again, the number 7, Ayman Erdogan. Well, he's been their standout player so far. Benjamin Lai sends the ball sideways. It comes to Erdogan. Not much on. Does it take a deflection off the defender? In any case, what a save at full stretch. Daniel Posch. And at the other end, an opportunity right there for Mainz 05 to double the lead. Philipp Schreiber with acres of space in the penalty area. Opts to try and cut it back. Some vertical play from Mainz 05. The challenge wasn't strong enough for Markowski. And then Schreiber cutting it back when he wished he would have shot now. End-to-end football. You blink and you miss it here. Erdogan's effort off the crossbar, thanks to a brilliant save from Daniel Posch. In it goes. Fisted away by Leonard Reiners. And then the misplaced pass takes the sting out of the game. Well, action. Here we see the save again. It might have taken a little deflection. In any case, it almost caught the goalkeeper out. But what reactions from Daniel Posch. Köln come again. Ekwariba spins and turns. Some touches for him in the penalty area. Benjamin Lai onto his right foot. Erdogan. Excitement when he gets the ball. Takes it on. Solid shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Tyrone Jarrett closes the door. Not having any of that. We're doubling up on him now. Gonna have to double up on him. How it was on replay. Not so much shoulder to shoulder, but more shoulder to the back. But I think Erdogan was not in control of the ball. Cologne once more. Benjamin Lai now. Clipped ball forward towards Erdogan, and Posch is quickly off his line to seize the ball. Mainz navigating their way through this second half. Cologne coming within centimetres of drawing the game level. Long ball down the flank is harmless, rolls all the way through to Reiners. Cologne. Oh, clever reverse balls. Released Erdogan. And then it's cut out by Finn Wombacher for the home side. Well, that is what the captain can do. Really nice first touch. And then the reverse ball in to Erdogan. Those two linking up brilliantly. Nullified at the last moment from Finn Wombacher. Cologne upping the intensity now. Benjamin Lai once more. Fizzed in and ricocheting away. Another corner for Cologne. They're turning the screw. Mainz 05. They're rocking. The two Carnival teams. Fashing a massive thing in that part of the world. It's opening up again. Mainz 05 with their backs to the wall. Benjamin Lai has come short. Has the ball here. Back it goes to Eken. Lai takes over once again. Nice pass. Almost into Erdogan. Erdogan's got there though. He's shaking off the defender. Well, time and time again, Köln are feeding the ball into the right wing and it's really looking dangerous. Not sure Mainz can sustain this kind of level of defence. They're being cut open by Cologne on this right wing. And come again through Markowski. Erdogan. 3 on him now. And it comes off Philipp Schreiber. And spins out. For the throw-in now. Leonard Fulp. Going to be a full long-distance javelin-style throw. In it goes. Great distance on the throw. It lands on the head of Kevin Ekvariba. But he can't generate the power, and Mainz, they survive another cross. A mistake playing out from the back. They get away with it. Hit long now. Well, if there's one criticism you can make of Mainz 05 in an attacking sense is they've really struggled to get Jermaine Kuzi involved. Scored 2 goals last time. Erdogan. Erdogan, his head up, looking for the cross. Checks back. Real confidence there. Cheeky from the wing up. Markowski. Markowski's delivery is high. Bends away. Will be kept in play now by Mijatovic. All the possession with the visitors. Another cross. Sliced away. A little bit of a miss hit from Tyrone Jarrett. It's one-way traffic now. Team in red pinned back in their own half. Good 1-2s. A challenge off the ball. And will this be the first yellow card? Yes, it will be. And it's shown to the captain, Dominic Kuppel, for a foul off the ball. It was a clever 1-2. There's the first one. In fact, there's the pass. And then the spin. And the arm across the waist. Denying him the opportunity to receive the ball back from Kevin Ekvariba. Coming up to the 60th minute mark, and Cologne have a free kick. How about the delivery here? The wall is well back. Plenty more than 10 yards, I would say. It'll be a shot on target. It's a long, long, long way out. And the shot does come in, and it's off target. Nothing troubling Daniel Posch in goal for the Reds. Indication of the first substitute. The number 17, Luca Hampel, is coming on for Mainz. Luca Hampel. He's an attacker. So a positive change here for Mainz as they bring on an attacking player. Yanis Klein, the other attacker, along with Kuzi that they have. Jermaine Kuzi already on the field. Another good turn from Erdogan. Keeps it alive. And this time the cross too close to Daniel Posch. Needed the run in front of the goalkeeper. Fabio da Silva Santos looks like he's momentarily slotting back into this back line. The clip ball forwards is too far away for Philipp Schreiber, I should say. Mainz 05 in a good position here. Jan Kirchhoff can be pleased with the first hour of football. Cologne come again though. More space for Erdogan on this right hand side. This time goes in to his left foot and it's off target by quite some way. Trying to bend it into that far corner. Ayman Erdogan. It's all going through him at the moment. And a triple substitution now for the visitors. Milan Eggers is coming on. The number 19, an attacking player. Also Ben Nwachukwu. And number 14. So Stefan Ruttenbeck ringing the changes. Also the number 18, Emanuela Esposito, is coming on. So triple change for the visitors here. So Eggers, who started the last game, coming off the bench here. We'll see how they slot into the side. It's many attacking changes. No surprise to see Erdogan still on the field. Here's Volp. Hit forwards. That's good hold-up play. That's good from Jermaine Kuzi. He hasn't had really any opportunities in front of goal, but he's trying to drop deeper here and link up some play. Back it comes again to Volp. Markowski. Volp goes sliding in. This long leg of his can't keep the ball. And now he's struggling to get back. The substitute. Nwachukwu comes across and it's enough to make Mainz 05 think twice about attacking. He hit a long ball towards Schreiber and is a good one. Schreiber should keep this one in. Schreiber goes along the byline into the penalty area. Trying to line up a shot. He can't find the angle. Can't pull the trigger and the attack fizzles out. Mainz 05 win it back again. That's good from the number 8, Paul Hanfland. And that diagonal ball goes too close to Daniel Posch. Well, Mainz 05, as mentioned, had their 25th anniversary of their training camp in Austria in the Hotel Stern, who laid on a brass band to welcome them and celebrate the partnership and the legendary tradition of cycling up the mountains in Tyrol. They are having to build up their fitness, and they need it. They're going to need their fitness in hot conditions in Mainz, in the northwest of Germany. As mentioned, a tradition that was set in motion under Thomas Tuchel. And in fact, in part of that squad, Jan Kirchhoff was also part of that squad, that young under-19 squad. Apparently he wasn't the last one up the hill with his bicycle either, although he did have to push the bike up slightly at some point. In any case, here come the Reds down the left-hand side with Schreiber once more. Schreiber making gains. Again, they're so good at closing down though, Cologne. Getting tight to him when he's in the penalty area. Famous last words as they get to the byline. And Schreiber can't pick out anyone. And Mainz 05 creaking at the back. Oh, sorry, Cologne creaking at the back. And it looks like we might have another substitution here. David Ozai is coming on. David Mensah Ozai for the home side. So Fabio da Silva Santos leaves the field. And David Mensah Ozai coming on. So a change perhaps at defensive midfield position. It was a dangerous ball again. It was good goalkeeping though in that replay. Leonard Reiners. Just that one error. Blemishing a very good Copy Burke, but suddenly it opens up for Cologne. Ekwariba. And the shot is too close to the goalkeeper. Daniel Posch there once again. That's the first opportunity we've seen of Kevin Ekwariba. His ability to take on the last defender. Gets a shot on target. Asking the question. And a clever turn there. Milan Eggers. Sent down the water slide. Oh, that's pressure. A few groans going up from the crowd around Mainz 05. Good number in attendance here today, by the way. In the Bruchweg Stadion, the Wolfgang Frank campus, as we see another hydration break. But that all comes from pressure from Cologne. They've made some positive changes, bringing on a lot of attackers. Like the likes of Milan Eggers. And that pressure forcing an error at the back. Nowhere to pass the ball out. Stefan Ruttenbeck has the experience. Knows what to do in this kind of situation. It's early days, but he'll be desperate to start the campaign with a win. And at least a draw and not a loss against their main rivals. Perhaps their main rivals, I should say, in this preliminary round. Last year it was the first FC Cologne who finished top of the preliminary table, with Mainz 05 trailing in second place. Not by much, I must add, just a couple of points separating them. But as it stands, right now it's the home side that have the bragging rights in their hands in this rivalry. Cologne, by the way, they had a really good season. Also a season that saw them break the UEFA record for a youth league game when they lost 3-1 at home to Inter Milan. 50,000 people watched the game under-19s game, European game. What an incredible moment at the Rhein-Energiestadion, which has the 7th largest capacity among the current teams in the Bundesliga, 12th highest in Germany overall, and gave the young under-19s players a real taste of the big time. Benjamin Lai now. And away it goes. A deflection, and it's a corner. I lost track of the number of corners that Cologne have forced, but nothing has come of them so far. And it's the number 3 for Cologne, Pierre Eken, with the corner. Signals he's going to send it high, which he does towards the back post. Pressure. And in the end, excellent forward play to take the pressure off the defence. That's exactly what Mainz 05 needed. Now Chukwu giving away the free kick. Had a couple of nibbles, didn't get enough of the ball, and a foul on Luca Hampel. Mainz 05 with the ball. An unlucky deflection. Kuzi goes down. And now the referee has blown the whistle. Paul Huntfland penalised here. Leonard Volp receiving the ball on a bit of a ricochet, hitting him on the head. It's all right to continue. And this is worrying signs here for Jermaine Kuzi, feeling the back of that right leg, feeling the calf muscle, has a look towards the bench and doesn't look good at the moment. Might be a touch of cramp though. I say the weather very, very hot. And time will tell whether Kuzi is able to continue. Mainz 05 already making a positive attacking change by bringing on Hampel. Cologne quick and eager to get on with it here. They're trailing by just a single goal. They're within striking distance. We talked about twists and turns. There are going to be many of them. And these sides, neither of them any stranger to last-minute goals. Two sides that never give up and battle to the very last minute. Volp turns it round the corner, sells his teammate a little bit short, but they recover it. Possession remains with the visitors. Volp once more. One of the senior sides in hyphens there. Benjamin Lai's pass, and it's just the way through and goes harmlessly out for a goal kick. And Kuzi having to hop on one leg, and the crowd appreciating his effort there. In a hurry to make his way off the field. And Marvin Asanta is coming on. And he is a defender by trade. So a change there. After mix it up a little bit, rotate the team. Most likely Luca Hampel will go up top. And Asanta will drop either into a defensive midfield position or take up a left back, right back position perhaps. We will see. Comes off the shoulder of Schreiber fortuitously. And Marvin Asanta here on this left-hand side might play as a full-back. Look to support Hampel as much as possible, but it's Cologne who are dictating things now. We see it so often, the team in the lead for whatever the reason, start to drop deeper psychologically, just trying to hold on to what they have and lose a bit of the ambition, inviting the opposition onto them. Can backfire, or it can also lead to a very stalwart, mean and stingy defence, closing out the opposition. Which way is it going to go this time? Cologne early on in the second half certainly showed that they have the ability to hurt Mainz and to create some decent chances. Here they are. Ekvariba. Lai with a shot. Cannons off the defender. Congested. And it ricochets away for Mainz 05. That's clever. Good running from Schreiber. And the foul as well. Brilliant from the winger. Well, both Max Schreiber and his twin brother Philipp Schreiber have done well today. And every little victory in these battles and these duels, they matter for Mainz 05. Say Benjamin Lai and Leonard Volp, the two players you would call, and the leaders, the older players, the players that featured in the under-19s squad last season that made it all the way to the final of the championship and also the semi-final. They need to guide the younger players. And now Milan Nikolic coming on for Stefan Rutenbeck's side, and also Nicholas Abert. So 5 substitutions at least now. So Pierre Tampier-Ecken leaves the field, the defender. Into the final 15. And it's the home side. The long diagonal pass, headed on by the substitute. Asante was there. But it's Cologne now coming forwards with Nikolic in the centre of the park. Gets it back again. Head up, spreads it now to the right-hand side. Number 16, Sobkowiak. Janis Karl Sobkowiak. On the right-hand side of this defensive line that still has David Aichi in the middle. Aiki. Now popping up on the right-hand side is Ekvariba. Sobkowiak, left-footed delivery, nodded away by the centre-back. Hampel rises, competing well, thumps it forward, but only as far as Sobkowiak. Aiki now goes left. Volp. Patient build-up. Nikolic. Ekvariba. Hopeful ball. Luckily comes to his teammate. Fizzes in the cross and it comes off the hip of the Mainz 05 player and away for yet another corner. And it's Nicholas Abert. Abert's delivery. Into the 6-yard area. That's a good delivery. Forcing the goalkeeper to deal with it. And he was under pressure. 2 or 3 Cologne players around him. And gets enough on it. The referee didn't blow for a foul. Twisting and turning. Here's the substitute. And that pass is too close to Daniel Posch in the end. Across via Emanuela Esposito. An absolutely outstanding save from Daniel Posch, pushing Erdogan's shot come cross onto the crossbar. That is as close as Cologne have come, and it was very close indeed. Good pressure from Mainz 05. A forward positive change. Substitutions. Luca Hampel has done well up top since coming on. He's released the pressure and he caused a mistake there again. Well, the ball out from Leonard Reiners there. Not a good one. Straight to a Mainz 05 player. And now a bit of space. Ekvariba. Mainz 05, they're caught out at the back here. Ekvariba can't get it out from under his feet, and then he doesn't find the pass. There's a big opportunity there to at least ask a question. Ekvariba now on defensive duties, trying to make up. He's working hard, but lacking the quality there. It was a rare occasion where Mainz 05 had pushed up and left some space at the back. But the number 9 couldn't make anything out of it. Benjamin Lai's deep cross evades everyone. And goes out for a corner. The Null Funfers, the 05ers, have about 10 minutes remaining. If we account for stoppage time, there's not been that much stoppage time so far, just the hydration break and the substitutions. No injuries, not many fouls. It's been a clean game. Game that's been played in competitive spirit, but fairly. Oh, it's well won back. And well plucked out of the air, or is it? Whoa, a little moment, heart in mouth moment there. I thought we were going to see a second howler at the back. Daniel Posch drops the ball. For a moment, he didn't know where it was. The cross stood up by Esposito. And the second bite of the apple was needed for Daniel Posch to get that one under control. So often in football, the game is decided through an error. As Reiners takes a heavy touch there, the ball popping up off his foot. Or a bit of brilliance. Esposito. Volp. Cologne, got to move the ball a little bit faster now. They're running out of time. They have the patience, but they need to put a bit of fizz on it. They need a bit of quality at the end, and it's been lacking today. The final ball so often has lacked any real direction or pace or an cutting end. Here we see again the goalkeeper. Nobody there to put pressure on the goalkeeper. Sometimes you just have to make that final run, just hoping for a mistake at the back. And then maybe once or twice a season, you get your reward. Just over 5 minutes of regular time. Ekvariba via Volp. Players in the penalty area. And that cross too far. Out of play. Goal kick. Elias Appel. Done well today, the referee. Just the one yellow card shown. And that one for the captain of Mainz 05, the Dominic Kuppel. Good touch from Benjamin Lai. Ball down the channel. Ekvariba gets there first. Tries to hold it up. Cross comes the defender, Wurmbacher. And the foul given away by Finn Wombacher. It was a physical duel. And just a bit too much aggression from Finn Wombacher as he tried to win the ball back, holding the arm there. And then in the end, it's the throw. He stuck out the right boot and got the ball, but then it was the little bit of afters there. And clever from Ekvariba. Clipped in, the header's on target and it's palmed away. And another save from Daniel Posch. It came to the defender in the end, just over the head of the attacker. Another corner, dangerous delivery, and it's over the crossbar. Oh, Cologne coming within whiskers of levelling things up. Mainz 05 on the rack and riding their luck here. Big opportunity, it's just over Ekvariba's head. Comes to the defender. Downward header. It's going in underneath the crossbar, I believe. Really big moment there. And that one there into the mix-up. The goalkeeper can only flap at it. Too many bodies in the way. But so far, Mainz 05 still keeping that clean sheet. What can they do at the other end? A goal at this stage might just knock the stuffing out of Cologne, might get the wind out of their sails, kill the game dead. But can Mainz 05 find one on the counter? They're being brave, they're committing players forwards. Here we see 3 in the attacking line. Backpedaling. Not much support from the midfield. Cologne now coming forwards. Given away and just thumped anywhere will do. It's given away by Mainz 05. Happy just to absorb the pressure now. Park the bus. Volp once more. David Aiki, the number 4, the centre-back, was the player who had the header. Nwachukwu. Ben Nwachukwu. His ball forwards. Again. Mainz just happy to kick it down the other end. Dominic Koppel puts his boot through it this time. Nwachukwu to Aiki. Turn round the corner, that's nice play. Almost comes off Esposito. Ball was slightly behind him. Tries to flick it in the right direction with his heel to keep the momentum towards the goal of Mainz 05. Aiki again. Sobkowiak forwards it goes for Cologne. Benjamin Lai's cross onto the head of the substitute, the number 19, Million Eggers. Not an easy ball to head. A good cross. It's there, but excellent defending from Dominic Koppel. He really does enough to put off Eggers. Wasn't able to win the ball, but puts a bit of pressure onto the attacker. Flick forwards, opportunity here for Mainz to seize the win, and it's past the post. Marvin Asanta with a golden opportunity. Köln caught out at the back, it was just a simple flick on, and suddenly Asanta was there. Only the goalkeeper to lob, but he puts it past the post. And that was the opportunity to win it for Asanta. Had to take it first time. And the goalkeeper was in absolute no man's land there. Luca Hampel with the flick on. Vertical direct football. Cologne risking it all now. Having to send everyone forwards. Volp, another long throw in. Into the mixer it goes. It's recycled. Nikolic's ball. It's given away. Play continues there. Chukwu wins it back cleanly, and Cologne have an opportunity to pull the trigger. Asanta cushioning it away. All hands to the pump. For Jan Kirchhoff's side. Another long throw. Another red shirt gets there first. Volp, who's been full of running, swings in the cross, but it only lands in the arms of Daniel Posch. Wastes no time in thumping it clear. It's a giant kick, and where's it going to go? Well, all the way through to the goalkeeper at the other end. Too much on that kick. Ekvariba. Clever from Ekvariba. That's absolutely brilliant. This is dangerous. And again, the cutback is intercepted. Every time. And this time, it's David Ozai. Well, Mainz 05 have put in a really, really strong performance thus far. But it's not enough to deny Cologne, who get their rewards in stoppage time. It's Miljan Eggers who rises to nod home the corner, and it's 1-1. Heartbreak for Mainz 05. They just run out of steam. They rode their luck time and time and time again. And strangely enough, it's from a corner, probably the 15th corner for Cologne. And it's the one corner in which lands straight on the 6-yard area. And it's a big, brave header for Miljan Eggers, the substitute. He wanted it more. He wanted it more than anybody else. And where were the centre-backs on that occasion? Well, it's just a numbers game, cross after cross, raining in on the goal of Mainz 05. And it's only a matter of time. That is the problem. When you sit back and you try to absorb the pressure, if they keep knocking at the door, the opposition will eventually score. But all credit to the team in red. Or will we see a winner? And Cologne, they look hungry for the winner. It would be cruel on Mainz 05, but that's football. Ricochet. Koppel tries to put his boot through it, but it's blocked, and it's an opportunity for Ekvariba. This is dangerous. Nodded away inside the 6-yard line once again. You see how deep Mainz 05 are now. They're almost hanging off their own goal line. Away and away again it goes. But it's one-way traffic, as it has been for the last 15-20 minutes. And that opportunity for Asanta. Marvin Asanta it was who had to lob the goalkeeper. Wasn't the easiest of opportunities. Oh, here it comes. The shot goes over the bar. Just sense that Milan Nikolic might just keep that one down on the volley. And there it is. The full-time whistle goes. It's 1-1. The Bruchweg Stadion. Mainz 05's defence was breached, but only in stoppage time. 1-1 the final score. The goal coming for Mainz in the first half via goalkeeping error. They took the lead in at half-time. It was very, very even in the first half as well. Not many clear-cut opportunities Erdogan was outstanding for Cologne, but couldn't force an equaliser. And it finally came in stoppage time via a corner, which didn't look like the most likely source for Cologne to draw level, but that's football. That's how it's ended, 1-1. It's a pretty much fair result of a very even game, and two sides who are among the best in Germany. And Cologne able to find the breakthrough right at the end. Stefan Ruttenberg's side, as you would expect from such an experienced coach, find a way in the end. The mentality was there, the hunger was there, the organisation. They didn't let their heads drop. Ruttenberg now in conversation with the referee, who I think has done a very good job indeed. Not much controversy about what's been going on. It's been a pretty clean but competitive game. And Jan Kirchhoff will be disappointed in the end. They had the 3 points in the bag, it seemed, and it got away from them in the end. They faded, Cologne kicked on, and they got their breakthrough in the end through the header for Milian Eggers eventually. And that's how it ends in Group F, the first game of a new season. And there's plenty more to come from Mainz 05 and First FC Cologne. And will we see either of these sides in the championship come the end of May of 2027? Only time will tell. There'll be plenty of thrills and spills as we go through even this preliminary round. Another 13 games to go for both these sides until they can see where they've ended up. That's all from me. I will see you next time.